Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I got some shrimp and lobster fettuccine Alfredo. I don't even know. Can we hear this? So I made this and I'm going to eat it. I got that stupid song in my head. I'm back home. Shooby-doo, I'm home, hello. Like, how can you not have that song in your head? I literally have everybody in my house singing it, and none of them watch Nick. So, yeah, that's me. So, I got this going on, and I'm going to add some freshly grated parmesan. Now, this has 3 cheeses in it, and some baby shrimp, black tiger shrimp, and lobster claws. Yeah. Okay, so let's try it. So I also ordered, I was craving a panzerotti. So I have it here. I don't know if I'm going to dig into it though, because this is a lot. How's everybody doing? Oh my God, look at this. Look at this lobster claw. Okay. So my secret is when you make Alfredo sauce, first of all, you don't over thicken it because pasta absorbs a lot of liquid. So when you think you have enough sauce, make more. And always reserve some sauce on the side. This is actually so good. Did I not bring anything to wipe my face? Hang on. Okay, I'm actually kind of pissed because I wanted garlic bread, which is fine. But because I ordered the big ass panzerotti, I said I'll just order garlic bread. It was like $2. Like they literally put it on a Kaiser bun. I could have done that, bitch. I think I'm going to talk about my high school today. Just one story in particular. If you guys are new here, I'm going to explain something to you. There's a red button down below. And if you touch it, you'll subscribe to my channel. And that's an awesome thing to do. Okay. So, okay. I wanted baby shrimp today. They're so cute. Do you guys like, not like, but confrontation? I don't generally. I'm not the type of person that looks for it. But if it happens, like, I'm not a pushover either. Like, I don't go on my way to cause problems or shit like that, you know? Because why? Like, who cares that much in life? When I was younger, like, I avoided even standing up for myself, you know? But I think with time and age and maturity, not that I'm mature, like, I'm still 18 in my head, but you just become more confident in yourself in that. So, yeah, I mean, but people always had a problem with me. I don't know. I wasn't the type that was a cool girl or like somebody on the other end of the spectrum. I was kind of in between. I was friends with everybody. And I wasn't the type to gossip about people or talk crap. But sometimes you come across these girls or guys, I guess. I feel like it happens more so among girls, but that just don't like you. And that's fine. Like, I've accepted in my life that not everybody's going to like me. And that's fine. I don't really care. You know, you can't live for everybody else. But the thing that used to confuse me is like, fine, you don't like that person, but why do you involve yourself in their life? You know, in their life. Like, if you don't like me, stay the hell away from me. High school is so funny. Like, don't get me wrong, I liked high school, but like at the time you think it's like it's the most important time in your life. And then you look back on it and you're like, it was really not that important. I don't think I talked to anybody in high school. So if you're struggling with high school and you're having a hard time, like, honestly, just find a couple friends if you can. It's temporary. Like, it's such a short period of time in your life. So, I remember this one chick. And actually, did she go to my elementary school? I think so. And I think she was newer. Like, maybe the last 2 years of like elementary school, she like came to our school, and then like she was a year older than me, and I think her brother was either my age or a year younger. And like, we circled around the same crowds. Like, we all had like the same kind of friends. She was from South America, and I think she was, if I remember correctly, Argentinian. Man, South American people are fucking scary bitches. But anyway, she was nice to me on and off. Like, she was just sometimes like one day your best friend, and then the next day, like, she wouldn't even talk to you and acknowledge you existed, which I didn't care. Like, we weren't close, but because we circled around each other, it was just weird. Like, I don't know. So I just kind of kept myself. When she was in a good mood, we would talk. When she wasn't, I just, did my own thing. Wasn't a big deal. when I went to high school, the first day of high school, I met my high school sweetheart. We dated for about, I know all through high school. Basically from like, I'm not going to say day one, we weren't like dating, but I was like slacking off. Like, I didn't feel like going to class on the first day of class. Kids, go to school. But I was just like, whatever, I'm going to kind of do my own thing. So I bumped into him a couple times. This guy, he was actually, I was in grade 9 and he was in grade 12. We kept bumping into each other. And he made a point of saying, like, wow, like, this is weird. We keep bumping into each other. Meanwhile, I'm thinking, no, we keep bumping into each other because I'm like, screwing around. Like, I'm not going to class. So, we started talking. And I guess, yeah, and we started talking. We became friends, hanging out, and eventually dated. And this was, like, all happening within, like, the first couple weeks of school. I guess there was a girl in his grade that really liked him. And he wasn't interested in her. So, and me, I was clueless. Like, not that I was clueless. Like, I just kind of kept to myself, went to class, like, you know, didn't pay attention to what people were doing in the hallway. And he was the type of guy who would walk me to my class, walk me to my locker, walk me to the bathroom. And this chick was pissed. So we would be walking in the hallway and she would start yelling like names at me, like SLUT, you know, see you next Tuesday, whatever. I didn't even know her name. I didn't know her. I didn't talk to her. She just had a problem with me. So, and that was fine. I just kept ignoring it, right? This is so good. So, I guess one day I was getting out of class early or something like that. So he would always meet me. So it was just a minute or two before the bell rang. And you know when the bell rings in your changing period or like at the end of the day, it's like crazy in the hallway. So I happened to be alone because he hadn't gotten out of class yet. She sees me. She starts screaming at me. And all of a sudden the bell rings and there's a huge commotion. And because she's shouting, people are like circling around. And I was so confused because I'm like, you know, what is going on here, right? But I see her coming at me. So I didn't know what to do because it wasn't like I was even prepared. And she started, I guess like she had friends around her or they were trying to hold her back. And then all of a sudden my boyfriend, he had kind of stepped in and she was trying to swing at me and he just grabbed her arm to stop her. And then principal came, took her off. Like this all happened so fast. So I was like lucky I didn't get my ass kicked, but I'm telling you, this happened within a couple weeks of the first day of school when I was in grade 9. I'm like, oh my God, like try not to draw attention. So anyway, I don't know. She eventually started leaving me alone. I guess he had a chat with her. She apparently liked him. He wouldn't date her. I don't know. And then she was pissed because I was so much younger. It's only 4 years, but like in high school, it's like that doesn't happen very often, but maybe it does. I don't know. So this kind of triggered me because I'm like, I think one other time in elementary school, I kind of dealt with a fight situation. And that's probably why I have a weird hairline, because literally I got my hair ripped out there and it's never grown back the same. But yeah, so anyway, this triggered people. I don't know. Whatever. So this one chick, the one I was telling you about, again, started like being moody with me. And I think it was because, now that I remember, I was dating her friend. And then I was going to high school. I don't remember what the issue was. We ended up breaking up before I started high school. We didn't date very long. It was just a couple months. I wouldn't even call it dating. Like, we were kind of seeing each other. And I think, I don't know if she didn't like it. I don't know. She was just acting weird with me. And the thing is, again, we would see each other all the time. So I just kind of ignored it. But then, like, I started hearing that she wanted to kick my ass. I'm like, oh my God, like, what the hell is up with everybody wanting to kick my ass? Like, I literally didn't do anything. Wow. Even with that guy friend, it wasn't like I screwed around on him or anything. Like, we just decided, maybe he even broke up with me. Like, I don't even remember. So, as the day passed, you know, when you, like, have this anxiety, like, you think something's going to happen at school and maybe you're going to get your ass kicked. Like, I don't know. I just started getting really bad anxiety. So I didn't know what to do. And it wasn't that I was worried about, like, her kicking my ass. Like, I know I could hold my own. I'm a pretty tough cookie. But, you know, I was also kind of, like, I didn't want to get suspended for, like, fighting somebody. You know, I didn't know what to do. So the anxiety was really bothering me. And my dad was like, what's going on? And at that time, my mom wasn't around, and it was only my dad. So I said, you know, this is what's going on. Like, there's this girl. We've been friends. She's moody, but, like, I don't know what to do. I've been hearing that she, like, wants to, like, kick my butt. And he's like, you know, some people are just like that. Or I'm like, yeah, but I don't know what to do because I don't want to get in trouble. Like, if that happens on school property, even if it doesn't happen on school property, I think that they can suspend. I don't know. I think that they can suspend you. So I was like, I don't want to get suspended. I'm like, so I don't know what to do. Like, if she punches me first and then I punch her back, I'm telling my dad, then I'm like, I don't think that they would suspend me because, like, self-defense. My dad got so mad at me. He's like, no, you never take the first punch. I'm like, okay. He's like, if you know that she's going to like fight with you or start shit with you, he's like, you throw the first punch and you don't stop punching. And his exact words were like, you keep going and going and going because you're at a disadvantage if she gives you the first punch. I'm like, okay, but, like, you realize that if that's the case, then, you know, I might get suspended. He's like, I don't care. You got to defend yourself and blah, blah. But anyway, I'm like, this was the exact kind of advice I got from my dad in regards to fighting. That's the way his belief is. Like, there's just certain things, you know, like, if my mom was around, she'd be like, okay, you know, if somebody's coming at you, defend yourself. Yes, but, like, she would never condone violence or whatever. My dad's, like, total old-fashioned macho mentality. I'm like, oh my God. So that's what he would tell me. Never do that. But anyway, and then all of a sudden, I don't know what happened. Like, she didn't want to fight me anymore. Like, I don't know. She was, like, fine with me and everything was all good. And I don't know. I think like really I didn't fight very much. Like I just I never triggered people enough to like cause a fight. Uh, like maybe I can count on one hand. Like in high school, I mean, even after I've argued with people and had, confrontations like that, but not like again nothing that I seek out for. But if people are like attacking at me, I'm not gonna defend myself. But I remember I actually did get suspended once in high school. We have these things called Spirit Week where usually like you just celebrate at school like your football team or like talents and like whatever. So it's just a week where you kind of like, people will wear like have a pajama day or I don't know, something stupid like that. So I think for that whole week during lunch period in our cafeteria, there was a stage. You see how creamy that is? So, a friend of mine during the lunch period, they're like, okay, this day we're going to be up. Make sure you guys, stay in for lunch so you can watch me do my talent thing. And we're like, yeah, no problem. So, a friend goes up and starts performing or whatever. We were like in a middle row. I don't know. And so we're like shouting and cheering. Like there was a bunch of us, and we're like just really excited and acting like goofballs because our friends on stage and putting themselves out there, right? So there's this one girl that was like in front, and it wasn't like I was the only one. There was like 15 of us cheering our friend on. Well, this one girl turns around, and she, I think, was a year younger. I think at this time I was in grade 11. She turns around. She gives me the dirtiest look, and she's like, "Can you be quiet, you ditz?" And I'm like, what the hell? Like, and again, I wasn't the type to, like, I wouldn't have continued it. You know what I'm saying? I would have been like, whatever, like, shut up. And that's exactly how I was. I was like, whatever, like, shut up. My friends started getting involved. Then she starts fighting back. And then I started swearing and calling her names. And then I think I shoved her. I don't know. But it was over. Like nothing happened. Like nobody threw punches. It was all a bunch of just name calling. And she triggered it. Like she kept it going and going. And then finally, like my friends got involved and I just kind of went along there to like defend my friends and for defending me and blah, blah, blah. But she was like essentially one egging everybody on. So that's fine. So lunch is finished. And I was like, who is this chick? Because, like, I've never seen her before. Like, who is she even? Like, and why would you just like you see our friends on stage, you see we're enjoying ourselves, we're trying to pay attention, and like why? So I go to my next period class. By the time I get to my class, it was French. It was French class. My French teacher was cool. By the time I got into class, already the French teacher had heard what the hell happened. And I'm like, well, whatever. It wasn't a big deal. I'm like, oh, who cares? It wasn't like anything. The phone rings. She picks up the phone, hangs up the phone. It's a principal. She's like, you gotta go. I'm like, really? Like, nothing happened. Like, I thought maybe the principal had seen something and just wanted to make sure. No. She filled out a report against me, this chick. So I had to fill out a report on my perspective of what happened. So I write down what happened. She writes down what happened. About 5 other people that were involved had to write down what happened. And then essentially like the principal not acts like an officer, but I guess he reads through the reports and then like kind of sees which stories are driving or whatever. So I think because I shoved her or something like that, like basically the principal told me, he was like, she totally instigated this, she kept it going. She's like, but he's like, you did shove her. I'm like, yeah, but that was after, like, she was coming after my friends and blah blah blah. He's like, I'm gonna suspend you for just one day. I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, that's bullshit. Sorry, my hair. So he's like, I'm gonna have to call your dad. I'm like, that's fine. Like, I was so scared because I thought my dad was gonna kick my ass. So calls my dad. I remember the principal's like, hi, sir. This lobster claw is on point. I don't think I'm gonna eat that ponzo though. I'm really full. So he's like, yeah, hi sir, I have your daughter here, and unfortunately my dad's like, oh, cutting him off because my dad doesn't let you get a word in edgewise, anybody. So he's like, let me guess, like, she's skipping school again. And he's like, no. He's like, actually, we have to suspend her because there was a little situation that happened at lunch. And he's like, oh. He's like, suspend her for what? He's like, well, what happened was, like, there was a little, like, argument, and then things got heated, and then basically, he didn't want to get into detail because there's a lot of, he didn't want to get into it, the principal. So he's like, okay, but my dad, like, again, he's not, like, he's not, like, good with this stuff, dealing with, like, teachers and principals. He never had to do that stuff before. So he's like, okay, but, like, I don't understand, like, what she did to cause suspension. Like, what caused, or no, he's like, okay, I understand, like, maybe because I think I shoved her or whatever. He's like, but, like, what? My dad was just so curious on wanting to know what started this fight, what led it to happen, right? So the principal's like, well, this is what happened during lunch. Like, they were, she called your daughter some names, and then your daughter, like, kind of stood up for herself and blah, blah, blah. But the thing is, we have a zero violence policy. Like, she shouldn't have put her hands on her. And my dad's like, but what did my daughter say to her? And what did she say to my daughter? And the principal didn't want to say, because it was like swearing and stuff. I will never, my dad's like, he's like, I don't want to repeat it. Like, it's not, nice. And my dad's like, no, that's okay. I want to know what the story is. I want to know what the situation is. And he's like, okay, what I'll do is I'll read that girl's report. I'll read like a little paragraph. And I could not believe this. Like, my principal was sitting there reading word for word. And it was like, well, you fucking bitch. Why do you blah, 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 blah. And he's like reading it. So my dad's on the other end. He's just listening. And he's like, oh, yeah, yeah. Like, he was just so interested in the story. Like, he just couldn't wait for me to get home to tell him. He wanted to hear right then and there. He was so interested in what led up to the fight and what words were exchanged. Like, he wanted to know, like, I did a good job defending myself. But, like, I will never forget that. Like, my principal was, like swearing like a truck. It was actually so funny. And then he gets off the phone with my dad. And the principal at the time, he was Italian. My dad's Italian. And he's like, oh, my God, your dad's such a typical Italian. I'm like, I know. He's like, okay. He's like, you know what? Just take the rest of the day off and then come back to school. I think it was like a weekend or whatever. Like, just come back to school on Monday. I'm like, oh, thank God, right? But, oh, my God, like, that was my life. I'm telling you. No, I didn't get into any major, like, fist fights. Maybe one or two. Maybe I'll talk about those another time when I got this part ripped out. That was in elementary school. And it was over a guy. Ew. Can you imagine that? I don't know. Do you guys have any triggering high school experiences like that? I was a weirdo. Like, I was like really a weirdo in high school. Anyway. Maybe I'll show you what I got. But I'm not going to eat it. Maybe I will take a bite. I don't know. We'll see. So there's a place, it's an Italian place around here. And I wanted to actually order from them, but it wasn't on Uber Eats, so I was too lazy to go drive there and get it. So I got it from another place, but they make these homemade panzerotti. They're like this big. They're huge. I'm going to have that on my channel one time. But I ordered it from here. Let's see how big. This one is okay. It's kind of flat. Should I cut it open? What do you guys think? Can somebody talk to me? I'm full. Like, I can't even. Pasta makes you so full. It's all cold now, so it's not going to be like cheese pull or anything. The one that, I order for you, I'm going to order it one time. Not only is it like huge, but it's like poofy. It looks like, we call them pillow pizzas because they're literally, so this says just cheese, pepperoni, mushroom. It's probably because I'm full, but that's salty AF. Oh my God, look at the juice. It's good though. My daughter's gonna love this. Okay, anyway. Well, that's enough of me and my bullshit. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And share. Let people know I exist because nobody knows I exist. So, anyway, I love you guys too much. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.